October 6th is not a random day on the calendar, Virgo. It carries a vibration that is sharper, clearer, and heavier with meaning than most will ever notice. You can feel it in your skin, in the way the air itself seems to press closer, as if urging you to pay attention. This is not a day to move blindly, not a day to dismiss your instincts. It is a cosmic test gate, a sacred opening where energies of justice and correction flow without delay. Those who act with integrity will walk under its shield, but those who choose harm will meet an instant reflection of their own choices. This message is not for everyone. Many will pass it by. Many will not feel the call. But you did, and that is proof enough that this belongs to you. You are part of a circle that is meant to hear what unfolds when a Virgo is harmed today. The promise is clear: protection, blessings, and karmic balance for the one who stands in truth. The threat is equally clear: spiritual backlash, confusion, and collapse for the one who strikes against you. On this day, the universe does not wait. It responds. 3 reasons make this so. 3 foundations that explain why hurting you now invites karma without delay. First, the protection of purity that surrounds your path and rebounds energy back to its source. Second, the hidden work you have done in silence, a karmic credit that cannot be erased or ignored. Third, the legacy you are building, a collective current that, when attacked, triggers universal correction. These are not vague ideas but living forces, and today they stand behind you like guardians. If you have ever felt invisible, this is your confirmation that you are not. If you have ever doubted whether justice was real, today shows you that it is not only real, but swift. Stay until the end, for there is a decree waiting that seals this protection into your timeline. It will not be spoken as a plea but as an authority, as a declaration that anchors you in justice. So, Virgo, breathe into this truth. The day is charged, the portal is open, and you are standing at the center of it. This is the beginning of understanding why your path has been so heavy and why at last the scales are tilting in your favor. Virgo, your path has always been one of service, though few truly understood it. You gave quietly, you held responsibilities without asking for recognition, and you carried burdens that others did not even see. Many mistook your willingness to serve as weakness, your silence as insignificance, your attention to detail as fussiness rather than devotion. But the truth is that your service was never small. It was sacred work hidden in plain sight. And though people overlooked it, the cosmos never did. There were countless times you poured yourself out for others, only to receive little in return. Times when your effort was taken for granted, when people used your steadiness without ever asking how you were. You learned to endure disappointment in silence, building strength in places no one could measure. You were misunderstood, yet you kept moving, because somewhere deep inside, you knew that justice does not forget. The universe writes everything down, and it has been keeping careful account of your sacrifices. This is why today feels different. October 6th does not arrive empty. It carries with it the scales of correction. What was ignored in the past now begins to surface. What was dismissed as ordinary now reveals itself as extraordinary. The invisible work you did, the patience, the consistency, the quiet choices of integrity, stands as evidence. The law of karma operates like gravity. It cannot be delayed forever. And when the gate opens, as it does now, the balance swings suddenly, like a bell struck with divine force. For those who underestimated you, today is the day the mirror reflects. To wound you in this moment is not to harm only your heart or your reputation, but to clash with the record of every seed you planted. That is why karma does not wait. It responds immediately, because the field of energy you have built is already full. One strike against you today collides with all that credit, and the effect rebounds instantly. So remember, Virgo, the misunderstanding of your path has always been temporary. Service is not a chain, but a crown. What was unseen was not wasted. It was preserved. And as this chapter closes, the frame widens. Now we step into the mystical foundation of karma itself, the cosmic law that ensures no act is ever lost, and that today the cycle of justice moves with undeniable speed. Karma is not punishment, Virgo. It is not a force waiting to crush, nor a system built on revenge. Karma is balance, the natural return of energy to its source, the invisible law that ensures every seed bears fruit according to what was planted. October 6th awakens this law in its clearest form. A miracle portal of justice is open, and through it, the universe responds not with delay, but with immediacy. To give kindness is to receive it quickly. To sow harm is to meet it just as swiftly. This is the day when what is hidden can no longer be denied. The moon, waning in its phase of release, adds to this energy. Just as the moon sheds light and diminishes in size, so too does it strip illusions and cut ties with what no longer serves. Toxic bonds loosen, masks fall away, and truth stands uncovered. When this lunar rhythm meets the Virgo field, the effect is exacting. What clings without integrity is removed, often abruptly, often in ways that cannot be ignored. The signs of this shift are everywhere if you have the eyes to see. A sudden chill in the air as you think of someone. Goosebumps with no physical cause. Dreams that replay old scenarios, now showing their hidden meanings. Repeating numbers flashing across your day. 444 as a shield of protection, 111 as the reminder that thought shapes reality, 777 as the assurance that divine order is at work. These signals are not to frighten, but to confirm. The system is live, and justice is in motion. On days like this, fear tries to creep in, whispering of retaliation or chaos. Do not fall into that trap. Fear is the distortion. Wisdom is the lens. Consciousness is the choice that shifts everything. When you see the law in action, you are not called to panic, but to stand taller, knowing that what is for you cannot be taken and what is against you cannot stand. So here, at the crossing point of moonlight and karma, the stage is set, the portal is open, the law is awake, and the energy of correction is flowing. It is time to uncover the first reason why hurting you on this day brings instant karma, the protection of purity, a shield woven from your very essence that rebounds every attempt to wound you back upon its source. The first reason why harming you today brings instant karma, Virgo, is purity. Your essence carries a frequency of clarity and service, a vibration that is not manufactured but innate. Purity is not perfection. It is alignment. It is the simple but rare state of moving with sincerity, of offering without hidden motives, of standing in truth even when no one is watching. This energy creates a shield around you that most do not perceive, but it is always active. To strike against it is like striking against a mirror. The force returns to the one who delivered it. Many mistake your kindness for weakness. They believe your silence is surrender, that your patience is passivity, that your willingness to forgive is naivety. But the truth is far from this. What they call softness is actually strength, for it is far easier to harden than it is to remain open. When someone harms you, they are not only wounding a person, they are attempting to distort a field of energy rooted in honesty. And that field cannot be corrupted. Instead, it reflects, sending the distortion back to its origin without hesitation. The symptoms of this rebound are unmistakable. Those who move against you feel their own plans unravel. Confusion clouds their mind. Energy drains from their efforts. Doors that seemed open suddenly close. It is not because you fight back with the same weapon, but because you do not need to. Purity itself is your defense, and the law of karma enforces it. The energy they project cannot enter your field, so it circles back and lands upon them. Picture it as a simple scene. Someone underestimates you, dismisses your worth, and moves with deceit. For a moment, they feel victorious. But within hours, their clarity falters. What they hoped to gain slips away, Opportunities dissolve, and they are left facing the emptiness of their own intent. This is not revenge, it is balance. Your role in this is simple. Do not retaliate. Stay calm, remain grounded, and let the law do its work. The error would be to lower yourself into their energy, for that would break the shield. Instead, declare with confidence, "Purity is my shield." These words remind you that you are not defenseless, that you are wrapped in protection far stronger than anger could ever be. And with this understanding, the path opens naturally toward the deeper explanation of why purity carries such immediate karmic force. To see why purity rebounds so powerfully, Virgo, we must look deeper into the language of energy and symbols. Your sign is ruled by Mercury, the messenger, the bridge between thought and word, spirit and matter. Through you, clarity moves into form. Combined with your earth element, this rulership means that your purity is not floating or abstract. It is grounded, practical, and embodied. Harm sent toward you does not linger in the air. It collides with the solid field of your integrity, and integrity is unbreakable. Energy always seeks return. When a false vibration is launched against grounded truth, it cannot merge. The clash produces an immediate rebound, as though the universe itself is unwilling to allow distortion to contaminate stability. This is why harming you today brings consequences so swiftly. The law is not personal, it is mechanical. You are anchored, so the unstable energy ricochets instantly. This is not a curse, it is physics of the soul. Imagine this through the lens of the heavens. A conjunction where two bodies meet in the same place and everything becomes visible. There is no hiding under a conjunction. All energies are intensified and revealed. On October 6th, the purity you embody meets the intentions of those around you. If they are aligned, the conjunction amplifies blessings. If they are not, the same alignment exposes them and sends their energy straight back to its origin. This is why today feels sharper, why karmic justice moves without delay. The duality is clear. The same field that blesses those who honor you is the field that corrects those who harm you. Your purity acts as both sanctuary and mirror. For the one who approaches in respect, your presence becomes healing. For the one who approaches in deceit, your presence becomes a trigger for collapse. You do not control this, nor do you need to. It is simply the law in motion. But even knowing this, the inner struggle rises. You may feel torn between forgiving too quickly or holding on to resentment, between compassion and the need for boundaries, between mercy and justice. This is the battlefield within, the silent war where your nature of service collides with your right to protection. And it is in this very conflict that the next chapter unfolds, showing the delicate balance you must hold to let karma move without losing yourself in the process. Inside your heart, Virgo, there lives a constant struggle, one that few notice, but that shapes nearly every choice you make. You are pulled between two forces, the desire to forgive quickly, to let go, to move on with compassion, and the demand for justice, the need to see truth honored, the instinct to protect yourself from being used. These two sides clash within you, leaving you wondering whether mercy is a strength or a betrayal of your own soul. It is like standing on a battlefield with two banners waving. One carries compassion, whispering that people do not know better, that their wounds make them act carelessly, that forgiveness frees your spirit. The other carries boundaries, reminding you that allowing repeated harm is not virtue but self-abandonment. You feel torn, as if choosing one side will make you lose the other. This is the inner war of Virgo, the invisible tension between healer and guardian. The opposition aspect in astrology mirrors this perfectly. It shows two forces facing each other across the sky, pulling in opposite directions, demanding balance. Neither can be denied. Neither can dominate forever. The task is not to destroy one, but to integrate both. In you, that means learning that compassion does not require exposure to harm, and justice does not require the loss of your kindness. You can forgive without returning to the place of wounding. You can stand firm without hardening your heart. This is why hurting you on this day carries such swift consequence. The universe itself is correcting this imbalance, teaching you that you do not need to choose between compassion and justice. You are allowed to embody both. When others attack your openness, the karmic law steps in before you even lift a hand. The correction is delivered instantly so that you can remain in your natural essence without being drained by endless battles. You may feel the weight of this inner conflict today more strongly than usual, but that is only because the gate is open, urging you to claim balance once and for all. Do not rush to silence the struggle. Instead, witness it as proof that your soul is being sharpened. And as this awareness deepens, the path clears toward the second great reason why hurting you brings instant karma: the weight of hidden work, the invisible record of every sacrifice you carried without recognition, now ready to speak on your behalf. The second reason hurting you today brings instant karma, Virgo, is the weight of hidden work. For years, perhaps even lifetimes, you have labored in silence. You offered time, effort, and energy to people and causes without asking for applause. You carried responsibilities that were not yours to carry, simply because you could not ignore what needed to be done. Every unseen act of service, every sacrifice that no one thanked you for, has been recorded by the invisible. The scales of karma hold this weight, and they lean heavily in your favor. When someone moves against you now, they are not striking only the person standing in front of them. They are colliding with the spiritual record of everything you have ever sown. The balance does not tip slowly. It snaps into place. The harm they attempt rebounds because the law cannot allow an attack on a soul that carries such accumulated credit. It is as though the universe itself rises to defend you, ensuring that the one who underestimates your hidden work feels the cost of their action immediately. The signs of this are clear: sudden reversals of power dynamics. Someone who seemed to hold control finds themselves losing influence. A door they tried to close on you slams shut on them instead. Synchronicities arrive to confirm it, 1111 flashing as a reminder of divine alignment. A sudden clarity piercing your thoughts, or even dreams that reveal truth before events unfold. These are not accidents but confirmations that the hidden work you carried is speaking now, louder than any defense you could offer with words. You are not asked to fight, Virgo. You are asked to release. A simple ritual can seal this. Take a pen and write a list of 3 things you have given freely. Moments where you acted in service without recognition. Then, with gratitude, fold the paper and whisper, "My hidden work is honored." Place it somewhere safe or let it go into fire or water, trusting the energy to complete the cycle. The act is not for the universe. It already knows, but for your own heart, to remind you that nothing has been wasted. This is why the tables turn so quickly against those who harm you today. They are not striking a single person. They are striking a field of accumulated service, and that weight cannot be overturned. And as this truth settles in, the way opens toward the third reason, one even larger than personal history. The legacy you are building, the collective current that ensures attacks against you ripple far beyond the surface. The third reason hurting you today brings instant karma, Virgo, is legacy. You are not only building a life for yourself, you are anchoring a current that extends into the collective. Your work, your choices, your sacrifices ripple outward into family lines, communities, and even generations you will never meet. This is the nature of Virgo energy: to structure, to order, to stabilize. You are a builder not of castles in the air, but of foundations that endure. To strike against you, especially on this day, is to strike against that collective current. And the law of balance does not permit it to go unanswered. When others attempt to block your path, they are not simply interfering with your plans. They are interfering with the flow of abundance meant for many. Legacy is not about wealth alone. It is about cycles, continuity, and protection. You are carrying threads of destiny that weave into the lives of others, and when those threads are attacked, correction is immediate. This is why the backlash is swift. The universe protects what is meant to flow forward. The signs of legacy energy appear strongly now. The number 888 surfaces as a reminder of abundance, infinite cycles, and prosperity sustained. The number 999 signals closures, karmic endings that clear space for new growth. These numbers are not random patterns, but subjective confirmations that you are moving within the larger field of destiny. They remind you that your life is not isolated, it is connected, and the law of karma defends connections fiercely. To anchor this awareness, ground yourself with a simple act. Light a candle, breathe deeply, and speak aloud. I release what blocks my legacy, and I stand in my truth. If you feel the weight of resistance, write it down and burn the paper safely, allowing smoke to carry it away. This symbolic release is not about forcing outcomes, but about affirming your role as a builder of enduring cycles. So, understand, Virgo, harming you today is not just about you. It is about trying to interrupt a current of growth, healing, and structure that the world itself needs. That is why karma responds instantly, because it is not only defending your heart, it is defending the future that flows through you. And with this realization, the path turns toward the signs that confirm alignment, the markers that reveal when justice has already moved on your behalf. When karmic balance moves in your favor, Virgo, the universe does not remain silent. It leaves confirmations, small but undeniable, guiding you to trust what is unfolding. One of the clearest signs is peace that arrives without reason. You may wake with a sense of calm even while circumstances appear unchanged. This serenity is not emptiness. It is evidence that energies have shifted behind the veil. The weight you once carried has been lifted, and your spirit recognizes it before your mind catches up. Other signs appear in patterns. Numbers repeating in sequences. 111 for creation, 222 for alignment, 444 for protection, 777 for divine orchestration. These are not to be chased but noticed, reminders that you are walking within the current of justice. At times, the confirmation is external. A sudden reversal where someone who once opposed you now struggles with their own obstacles, or an opportunity reopens in your favor after being denied. These are markers that karma has already moved. But what if you notice nothing at all? Do not let doubt take root. Often the balance reveals itself in subtle ways, hidden from view until the right moment. Sometimes it arrives through dreams, where your subconscious receives images of release or victory. Other times, it comes within 48 hours as a chance meeting, a message, or a sudden burst of clarity. Trust that silence does not mean absence. It means the roots are moving beneath the soil, preparing the sprout. To maintain alignment, cultivate daily practices that keep your field clear. Breathe with intention. 4 counts in, 7 counts held, 8 counts released, while whispering a phrase of truth. I stand in justice. Anchor this with a simple gesture, pressing your feet to the ground or your hand to your chest, reminding your body of its connection to stability. These small actions reinforce your shield and keep your energy steady. At the same time, guard your space carefully. For the next day or two, avoid drama, gossip, or oversharing visions with those who cannot understand them. Energy is most fragile right after a breakthrough, and your shield is strongest when you preserve it. These confirmations remind you that you are not unprotected, not unseen, and never left without evidence. And as they settle into your awareness, you are ready to speak the decree that seals your shield of justice, the final act that closes this cycle and affirms your protection. Virgo, this is the moment to seal everything that has unfolded. You are not here by chance, and October 6th was never an ordinary date. It has revealed itself as a cosmic test gate, a portal of justice where every act, every seed, every hidden sacrifice speaks on your behalf. The law of karma is not waiting for tomorrow. It is active now, alive, swift, and aligned with your protection. 3 reasons make this shield unshakable: your purity that rebounds harm instantly, your hidden work that weighs in your favor, and your legacy that anchors abundance and continuity for many. Together, these forces ensure that hurting you today cannot go unanswered. This is not about revenge. This is not about watching others fall. It is about standing in the truth that you are protected, that the balance of the universe surrounds you like a luminous shield. Every step you take in integrity strengthens it. Every declaration of alignment makes it brighter. You are not small, Virgo. You are chosen to carry this vibration, not only for yourself but for the collective currents you represent. Now the decree must be spoken. Say it aloud with certainty. I stand in justice. I am protected. Do not whisper it as a hope, but declare it as a fact, a vibration that aligns heaven and earth through your voice. Let the words sink into your body, into your breath, into your field. They are not just sound, they are command. Anchor it further by writing the decree or commenting it into the world. I see the cosmic signs. This act is not symbolic only. It is a practical seal. Language is energy made visible, and when you declare it, you are weaving your intention into reality. In community, this energy amplifies, turning individual declarations into a collective shield. What follows may not always look dramatic. Sometimes it is as quiet as peace returning to your chest. Sometimes it is as sudden as a door opening where none existed. At other times, it is the swift correction of those who moved against you. All of these are expressions of the same truth. You are covered, defended, and aligned. So see yourself now, Virgo, standing with a shield of light. Around you, the weight of justice glows, reflecting every shadow, amplifying every truth. The gate is open, the decree is sealed, and your path continues stronger, brighter, and untouched by harm.